I'm going to say something, right, that might sound really highly controversial, right? But I've thought it for a while, and I know you think the same thing as well. There's a load of people drop opinions on stuff like this who have never fit a day in their life.
Yeah.
In the real world, right? For a job.
Welcome back to the Golf Asylum podcast. We just said it off air. Golf feels boring.
It's a little bit light right now. We're not going to start there, though, Mike.
No, let's just start there. Let's just go straight in.
Let's pump the energy in. No, let's not suck the energy out of the room as we start this thing. Crikey. Yeah. No, I mean, and listen, if we're going to go there right away.
Might as well.
Well, nice to see you, by the way.
Yeah, but that's normal.
Like and subscribe. Let's get the good stuff out.
Click that.
No, I think that this is exactly the problem, and we've said it. You know, everyone said it. It's not just us. This is why we need the major, the summer major, the August major. Because
100%.
You get to this point, and you've just had the 3M, you've had the Rocket Mortgage Classic, and everyone's going, you know, you've got
it's torture.
The Wyndham next week at Sedgefield.
Nice.
Fine. Yeah, nice, I'm sure. I mean, Detroit Golf Club looked nice.
Looked amazing,
you know,
yeah.
So, but, you know, there's a lull and you know, you've got from the Open to when the playoffs start, most of the top guys probably are not pitching up really until the playoffs kind of get going. And it's the kind of the tier 2 and 3 players jockeying to get into the top 70 to meet the players. So it's weird. It's a weird spot.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you the playoff schedule.
You know a thing or two about weird spots. You had a few weird spots in your day.
No comment.
A few rashes to clear up.
Oh, man. Well, that's the end of the podcast, folks.
I thought we just said this was a safe space.
Oh, I know. That's
just talk about that.
Ay. Anyways, golf needs a bit of zhuzh to get it going again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
President's Cup, 50 days. Big.
Oh, aye.
You going?
Is everyone counting down? When is it? You don't even know.
Medina.
Is it?
Yeah.
The miracle at Medina. One of my greatest days of all time was leaving on that Saturday afternoon. Paulie G and I left the Saturday afternoon. We'll get the golf on the radio. Europe are getting pummeled. It's like, you know, 8-2 or something at the time.
Yeah.
You know, with the final afternoon, it gets to, or no, it wasn't 8-2. It must have been like, 8-4 or something like that. And then within those final groups, they get it to 10-6. And we drove, I picked him up. We got to Pearson. We were driving down to stay at our friend Darcy's in South Bend. And we're going to stay at his, then drive to Medina for the Sunday singles in the Ryder Cup. And we got to Pearson and we went, should we just sack it?
Yeah.
Just go to the pub tomorrow and watch it.
Nice.
There's no point in going down and watching.
That's a rare term for you to use. Go to the pub.
Oh, it's just
Sloppy Joe's.
2012, mind you. There was some bad decisions made in 2012.
Oh, let's go to the pub. That's so good.
Let's just watching the pub. So, but we ended up going down and witnessing literally the greatest day of golf ever in my young life at that time.
In my young life. You were old then.
No, how old was I then? Young. Early 30s.
Oof. Old.
I wasn't even in my early 30s. I was 29. Oh, that's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
Crikey. That was good. Very good, though. Yeah, Medina will be a nice venue. Nice venue for it.
We'll see.
Down? You to support your.
If I'm going to Chicago, I'm not going to Medina. I'm going to play golf.
Oh, well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't be going down either. So we had Michael Thorbjornsen as our winner.
Nice pronunciation.
Oh, you said?
No, I don't know. I was just waiting for something.
Well, were you?
A ruckus.
This podcast, you know, there's little to talk about. We're just ripping on each other early.
The golf industry makes our job hard, but there's nothing to talk about.
Listen, we'd be.
You and I could talk some.
We wouldn't just be talking. We'd be making the headlines. We wouldn't just be talking about them if
That's true.
If we were allowed to be in the industry. Good win. Nice, obviously, off the back of Jackson Coyven winning last week, that another young star
Yeah.
kind of shows that it's not just about, one young star. There's a wave of them
it's
coming
good.
through. Michael Brennan yesterday showed up. He had a little sniff in the back nine, couldn't quite kind of get it done. Well, I said he had more of a sniff in the front nine, never really that much of a sniff in the back nine, but a hell of a talent as well.
Yeah.
So there's a group of them. We obviously talked about Blades Brown being one of the young bucks out of college and stuff like that. There's a few, but they're talented lads.
Yeah, I mean that Thorbjornsen, he plays TGL.
He does.
And that's kind of the first time I saw really his game, his swing, whatever, and obviously solid. And then, played unbelievable. I watched a bit of the golf yesterday, and it was, 7 under on a Sunday is pretty good.
Yeah. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. I'm thinking, 7 under, that'd be quite nice.
I know, and it's kind of when you make the birdies. There was some different guys making some birdies in the front, and Xander made a run early, but it's making them in the back nine when the pressure is starting to ramp up that making the putts and hitting the shots under pressure. There was a lot of poor shots hit yesterday.
I'll give kudos to Golf Channel because when you were watching yesterday, maybe NBC, I don't know who produced this, but they had a par 3 that was 253 yards, and they showed the green, and they showed the area where the pin was, and then above it they showed their stock yardages of 4 iron, 5 iron, 6 iron, or whatever. And I think he hit 5 iron or something like that to front edge. But nice to see a little bit more information versus just he's at 7 under, he's on the 5th hole. Let me see what his stock yardages are. So nice to see a little bit more information. Maybe that's a club junkie thing, but I think all golfers are interested in that stuff.
I really thought Liv was going to embrace that side of things.
Yeah.
I thought they would be the ones to bring technology and sort of that sort of data and integrate it, especially with the sort of shotgun start that when they're on the range and showing, they've got the guy. I know they do have the jumbotrons and they've got the guys' numbers coming up and stuff like that. But I thought that would be a chance to, while the guys are warming up, if there's 6 or 7 of them hitting driver. Okay, boys, 1 minute, let's go long drive, boom, right? Just have some fun with it. They could do so much with that type of thing. Someone, a bit like what we saw when we were down at Atlanta for the World Long Drive, and they had sort of a couple of people commenting on the rounds of play where you've got somebody who's kind of can talk through the numbers and kind of go through, they've got the bag, what's in the bag for the players, and, just like a little pre-round.
That trip. Oh, man. What a trip.
I know. The old Bobby Jones Club.
I'll never forget the hotel situation.
What was that?
We stayed at a decent hotel, Weston, big old Weston hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And the other crew stayed at the Gunshot Ramada Inn.
Who was?
The other folk.
Were they?
I
didn't know that.
Oh, it was good. I'll never forget that. We must have spent $350 a night. They were in $40 a night.
Right.
I'd quit right there.
I know. I'm not slumming it.
Tell the pilot, just turn around.
Listen, when you've got Martisevich in tow, you're staying in the good suites.
Oh, no, you just need a nice bed, that's all.
Yeah, so you had it in your contract, you had to have the penthouse.
Oh, I wish.
So I just, more, they could do more. So, to your point listen, having Nick Faldo on the Sunday at the Open is fine because he's been there and he's done that.
Yeah.
Don't roll out the old dusty folk for the the other stuff. Get some new blood. And I think Smiley is good in that he is current with the age group of the players who are coming up right now. I still think they need a technical analyst or a technical data analyst, somebody who can go in, into the numbers and really talk about the why.
Yeah.
Why is, Chris Kirk able to be competitive and efficient when he's 170 mile an hour ball speed, when you've got Thorbjornsen who's 182 and you've got Brennan who's 186.
Yeah.
How are those guys competitive? What are they getting out their equipment? What are they doing sort of differently? I'd love to see somebody do a technical breakdown on that sort of stuff in real time.
Yeah, it's a good
as
point.
it's unfolding.
You should apply.
I honestly, I've always been interested in that being something that would be potentially something that would be a role. I was always interested in that. I always thought it would be needed. So, but no. I'm a man of the people. I want to help the average golfer, the weekend warrior, Michael.
I agree.
Anyway, it was a decent tournament. Obviously, it was pretty close, and then Thorbjornsen's sort of finish just took it away. He ended up with a couple of shot buffer by the end. He made that putt in 18 to go 18 under. Made that nice right to lefter that just fell in at 4 o'clock.
No Plummer's next spider.
Nice.
It's nice.
Yeah, very, very good. And then no one really behind him.
No.
Kind of was able to make the charge. I think, was it Cam Davis? He was kind of the one that was the live one, and then he ended up bogeying 16 or something like that.
I think that Davis Riley was up there.
That's what I said.
Oh, you said Cam Davis.
I said Cam Davis. Who, Davis Riley?
I think that was his name, yeah.
We're talking about the same guy then.
Yeah,
I've either got that
Michael
name.
Kim was up there.
Was he?
Aye. He shot 15.
Early on, though.
He was on the leaderboard yesterday. I think he was maybe like 1 or 2 back.
Probably
2 back.
Well, when we were watching it, Peter Malnati's name came up, and obviously he shot 61. He was in 59 watch on Thursday, and he's ended up finishing the tournament level par. He's 9 under through the first round.
There's a lot of bogeys.
That's a lot. Davis Riley. It wasn't Cam Davis.
That's right.
Davis Riley. I was thinking of it from.
There is a Cam Davis.
There is a Cam Davis. That's who I think Ralph works with. He works with Cam Davis.
That Ventura guy looks like a good player. I don't really know who he is.
No idea.
Every par 3 stepped on, the commentators are like, be a great time for an ace for Ventura. I'm like, all right, relax. Come up with something better than that.
That's not good, is it? Cam Young, he was kind of there. Obviously shot 61 on Friday, and then just a bit of a kind of flat weekend for him, 68, 70.
He really lifts the back of the driver off the ground, eh? It almost looks like it's shut. Like, let that thing sit au naturel, baby.
Why he needs to use so much loft. It's probably why he needs to start.
Jeez, relax.
Is that bothering you? Was it? Is
No,
it something you need to get off your chest?
No, it's done. It's gone in the past.
I would like to do that, actually. That would be another podcast, give them the credit for this, that I watch, Football One. They do, it's called Room 101, and it's basically just like things that piss you off.
Right.
What's something you're watching the golf that just pisses you off?
Yeah.
Right. What's something?
It doesn't piss
people
me
do?
off. It just irks me.
You seem pretty pissed off. Hideki kind of backdoored a little T5.
That's nice.
Never even seen a Hideki in a leaderboard.
No. Did you hear about Siwoo going to Canada for dinner?
I did that.
That's so good.
I did that. It's quite funny.
You've been to Detroit?
I've been to Detroit. I've driven through it on that trip to.
All right.
I think we had a White Castle on the way.
Wow, that's way different times. White Castle and
White
you go
Castle
to a pub.
and me
Holy
going to a pub.
moly. Wow.
I know.
That's a different person.
Times change. People change. Yeah, can you imagine doing that now?
Jeez.
Not a chance you'd get me in one of those. Not a chance. Crazy. So as we talk about obviously the young talent coming through in the US side of things, Rasmus Højgaard had another sort of good go at it. Well, I say another good go at it. Really, Nikolai Højgaard has been the one this year with the form, but I think you just see Højgaard and you kind of like think, oh, there's the Højgaard.
Yeah, one of them's good.
Højgaard's good, having a good. But when I see it on here, he's I think 103rd in the FedEx Cup standings. I think Nikolai's in the top 30 or something.
Right,
like
okay.
that. So, as you say, one of them's having a good week.
Very good.
2 chances. They're twins, aren't they?
Exact 2 chances, exactly.
2 chances, everything. But there's some good young talent. But I think the bigger concern is the stars. Where are the stars of golf right now, Mike?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Mike and I wonder where you are.
Yeah, it's so true. Rory's in Greece.
Did you see him at the?
His dances are the same as. Actually, I can show him a thing or two. Who am I kidding?
I know.
Great.
We'll overlay a video and.
No, we won't. He's in Greece with the Lowrys and his caddy, and
is that who he's there with?
Aye.
Was his missus there?
Oh, aye. She's the first thing I saw. She's great. Is that an off-camera debate?
Aye.
We're talking Rory's misses.
Rory's misses.
Right, okay. In Greece, probably on a yacht somewhere.
I didn't realize that. I saw the picture of him in the nightclub.
So good.
He's got the squiggly.
He's hammered.
And there was some young lady who was there with dark hair, and he's kind of staring at her like he's giving her the real stare. And I'm thinking, Rory, that's not your missus.
No.
Your missus is blonde, and you're giving her the eye. But I didn't realize he was on a trip with friends. Good for him.
Rightly so.
I mean, the whole Rory situation, he's going to play 14 events, not 15. What's that all about? Where could he not have mustered one more start?
I don't know. Unless he's going to play a little bit more DP, I doubt it.
Well, so the requirement on DP, do you know how many that is to
6.
keep your status? 4.
Oh, what a joke.
I mean, that is a bit.
But he's got life status anyways.
Yeah. What do you think they're going to do on the PGA Tour side of things when he doesn't fulfill his obligation?
I bet you in a couple of years they'll retract it and go, right, we've changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, ratings will struggle. Also, if they've given that to Rory just because he's won the Grand Slam, Spieth wins the not Spieth. Well, he could win the Grand Slam, but Scheffler wins the Grand Slam in a couple of years. Are they going to do the same thing for him?
Listen, I think Scotty will play 18 events a year. I don't think it'll ever be a...
Yeah. That's going to hurt the PGA Tour. It's just going to be, again, boring golf.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to work around it. Like, if, from a sponsorship standpoint, if your top stars, if it becomes okay for them not to play their 15 events and they know there's a good chance that, the Rory can blow off if you're FedEx and Rory doesn't turn up for the first one or two, was he going to turn up he's missing the first one.
Yeah.
He's going to turn up for the second one. He's going to basically play 2 of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to play the top 15 and the top 30 event. If you are whatever that first one is, what's that, BMW? Was BMW last?
I think it's last.
What's that other one?
FedEx St. Jude.
Is it? Yeah, the Memphis event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to blow that off as, who cares? You've got the Wyndham next week where the purse is an $8.5 million purse, and then the FedEx St. Jude's a $20 million purse. It's a big event.
It's a shame for that Wyndham Championship. This year they actually have, Spieth is playing in it, JT's playing it, but those guys are playing it because they need to.
Yeah.
Like they're struggling, obviously. So once in a couple of years you get some decent names. But again, it's going to be potentially a first win for someone, which is great for someone's PGA Tour career. I'm never going to knock that. But to watch it, I can guarantee you next Monday my reply will be I watched 0 seconds of it.
Of the Wyndham.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think mine will be, I'll keep an eye on it.
National Bank Tennis is on. That's Canada's major.
That's another one. No one's even playing in that either.
I know. They all complain. They're like, "Oh, since he's next week, and then the U.S. Open, we want to stay loose and limber." Shut up.
It's in Montreal as well this year, isn't it?
Yeah, the men are in Montreal. The ladies are here. Yeah, so I might go Saturday night. We'll see.
You love the women's tennis.
Oh, aye.
Ooh. Friday night in, watching the women's tennis, Mike. You get a box of Kleenex.
Yeah. What's that moaning in there?
Michael's playing with his forehand.
I haven't played tennis in over a year. No. Or pickleball.
I'd like to play pickle.
It's a danger. People are blowing things out.
Are they?
Oof.
Achilles and hammies and groins and my back's dodgy at the best of times.
Yeah, lots of injuries.
Maybe that's one for the winter though. With the old pickle.
Aye.
There's no paddle here, is there?
It's padel at people call it padel, people call it paddle. I call it padel, I don't care. Anyways, there's padel courts at Court X. Yeah.
That's Court X. Is that
it's on just around the corner from here. It's like the
right, I think there's a Pickle X or something like that down by Florence Meats. Oh
really?
Pictures,
Yeah.
I see that on the way down.
But no padel.
I haven't seen Padel. Paddle. Padel.
It's Padel.
Oh, aye. Right, my Padel boat.
Anyways, that's all I have for you folks.
AIG Women's Open yesterday finished up at Lytham.
Nice, good event. You know what irks me?
Go on.
It's a shame
Get off your
that
chest, it's a safe space.
women's majors need a title sponsor on the event. Like, it should just be the Women's Open. It should be the Women's PGA. It should be the Women's US Open. Instead, it's the AIG British Open. It just sounds cheesy.
Wow.
I know, but it's still, it's a wee bit.
The
crap.
economics of the ladies' game, unfortunately, do not lend themselves to the strength of the event, commandeering the name of the event. So, if you want, yesterday was a $1.5 million check for the winner. How'd you pronounce her name?
Shiho Kuwaki.
Well done. Well, very well done. Yeah. So I think to get that kind of obviously level of prize money, which is good. I mean, I think, well, you say good. It's, on the same day, Thorbjornsen wins basically the same amount of money. I think the winning check on the PGA Tour. Let me make sure I'm getting my facts right here, Michael. Actually, slightly more. So Thorbjornsen got 1.8 million. Kuwaki got 1.5 million. But what?
So Scottish when you say that, Kuwaki.
Kuwaki. I was telling Mikey earlier on though when I heard her name. The only reason it kind of resonates with me is it's my daughter's favourite toy. She's got a little elephant called Quacky.
Kuwaki.
Not Kuwaki, just Quacky.
Quacky.
Aye, a wee Quacky.
Not Kuwaki.
Aye, I don't know why she called an elephant Quacky. If it was a duck, I could understand her calling it Quacky,
Oh.
but she wanted to call it Quacky, so whatever Harper says in our household goes.
So good.
So money wise, 1.5 million USD, not to be sniffed at. I mean, I don't think the average person, the weekly person,
I take it for
LPGA,
4 days of golf.
I know,
Oof.
at Royal Lytham St Anne's, not the worst gig in the world.
Pretty good week.
Do you watch any of it? No.
Nah.
No. It was, the last day, the hopes are obviously Lottie Wood, Charlie Hull, that they were going to make a run. And, Charlie birdied the first. She hit I think the hole's like 190 for them. I'm sure she hit 7-iron that landed 30 short and kind of rolled its way up to about 4 feet and made a nice birdie. But, no momentum for her. Lottie Wood shot 2 over in the day. Charlie Hull shot 1 over in the day. Ended up in a playoff between Esther Henselite.
She made a heck of a putt on 18
Monster.
to get into that.
Big tramliner across. I mean, it wasn't quite JJ Spawn
Yeah.
kind of length, but it kind of gave you those kind of vibes.
A little excitement,
rolled it in dead center, which was awesome. Did you see the break she got? And
No.
So basically, hole 1 in the playoff, Henselite hits a great drive down there, like 285 or something like that, but it's a long one. Kuwaki hits her tee shot, leaks it a little bit right. Doesn't go in the bunker, but it's kind of in the rough.
Right,
just
okay.
short of the bunker at heavy duty lie, like can do nothing. So she's got like 185 yards in and has the discipline just to basically pitch it out at a good spot on the left side of the fairway, gives her a good angle to the green. She knows the best she can obviously do is par, and she has to hope that Henselite doesn't hit a great approach shot, which she hit a lovely approach shot to probably about maybe 18 feet, 20 feet for birdie, misses the birdie putt, and Kuwaki hits this wedge from probably like 100 yards, 90 yards or something like that into like 6 feet and makes it for par.
That's nice.
Which was really, really good. And to be honest, I think that's a bit the difference between the women's game and the men's game. 185 yards in, you're having to lash at something trying to get it green side. She just couldn't. She doesn't have the club head speed, doesn't have the strength. But really leaning into her, discipline and strengths of, I've got a pretty good wedge game. I can hit this thing really, really close. And she did. So she forces the second playoff hole. So she stands up again. This time she hits a lovely drive down the middle. Henseleit then hits it on the same line that Kouaki had hit it down the right hand side, but she's about 10 miles an hour more ball speed than Kouaki. Flies it into the leg of a spectator.
Oof.
And the ball rebounds into a gorse bush. So she was literally on the rough line, fine.
Jeez.
But she's hit it on, and because ricocheted.
What's that leg made out of wood?
Or a foot or something like that. Again, you could see it rebound off. I think it was actually a Marshall's leg, and then it went straight diagonally back into a bush.
That sucks.
She's just hacked out the bush. She basically she ended up playing the same as Kouaki did the first time around. She just never got it up and down with her
That
wedge.
sucks.
So really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because if the ball lands there normally and there was no fans there, she's just, in burnt out rough, she's absolutely fine. They're both going to make 4 and then they go on. So really, really tough break.
Oh, good for Kouaki.
Definitely, yeah. Impressive. Very
Is that kind of the ladies' season almost done?
Well, it's all their majors done. So, I mean, I feel like they had a load of them. The Korean girl Ru, she won 2 of them, didn't she? She won the KPMG and the Evian.
Yeah.
So I think Nelly obviously won the first 2.
US
She
Open,
won the
yeah.
next 2. And then she had a real chance yesterday with 6 holes to go, and she's finished one under, but she's played the back 9 in 38.
Is it Solheim Cup here?
Solheim Cup year, yeah.
Must be somewhere
in fact,
in
today,
Europe.
this morning, I think the captain's picks were today. On the European side of things, I don't know when the US team
Big
announces,
news.
but big news.
Oh, man.
So yeah, not much again. And the DP World, they're still in their sabbatical following the end of the Open. Remember we were saying
Right,
they get a
yeah.
month off before they go to Denmark or something like that.
Crazy.
So golf's a bit flat.
We holiday.
It's not a bad thing, is it?
Nah.
Give them a chance to recharge the batteries.
No. I mean, a lot of people, F1 does a break. Tennis doesn't really have a break, but a break makes sense.
Yeah, the players will take it. I mean, I think the break in tennis is you've kind of got, obviously, post US Open in September.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's nothing much until they get to Australia. You
That's
obviously
true.
get kind of the year end. And then really even after Australia, it feels like they get another break. They ramp up for the Aussie Open, and then after that, I mean, there's nothing really. Probably Indian Wells is the next big one.
Yeah. March, yeah.
Yeah, after. So I think they do get much bigger breaks in tennis than generally you do in golf.
The more you know.
The more you know, Michael. Not much in the equipment space. Also in the minute, we did have a new club hit the market last week, the Quantum Mini Spinner.
Ooh.
Thoughts? Hot takes?
Fine. For the person that needs it. It's high loft. What's the loft on it?
Well, there's 3. There's a 7, a 9, and an 11 wood. So the lofts are 21, 24, 27.
Yeah, a short, high lofted club.
Yeah, they're not that short, actually.
Oh, really?
I actually thought they would be a bit shorter. The 7 wood is 41 and a half, so half inch or so. It's more of a CG. Can obviously
Right, okay.
sort of, deal with. They've went with sort of carbon on the sole, and then they've went with a sort of heavier material. I guess it'll just be a stainless steel or standard steel kind of crown. Trying to raise the CG a little bit so that they get a little bit more spin out of it. So it's not so much a high launch; it's kind of like mid to high launch they're calling it, but it's much.
Is it like a lightweight option, or they can put anything?
Yeah,
okay.
It's for
whoever,
whatever. Yeah, and that's the thing when you look on Callaway's site. You've got sort of like. The titanium product, right? So you've got, the lighter body titanium, but you've got the heavier sole plate, right? Lower CG, increases launch, decreases spin. That's your distance option. they've went the opposite with the quantum mini spinner, in that they've raised the CG in order to create a bit of that kind of more sort of rise and flight, so that you can, if you're somebody who really struggles with spin, you've got lower club head speed. If you're somebody who plays the game with a bit more of a shut face, all those sorts of things, you can really kick that spin up. So
yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, I think once we get a chance to get it in people's hands, it'll be really interesting to see what you can do with it.
Yeah,
I know, to your point, you were sort of thinking it's going to be more the lightweight speed option.
Yeah.
That it's for the slower swing speeds, but it's not. That's the quantum max fast kind of ticks that box. So this is a kind of unique product.
Bonded though, right?
Bonded.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So it's even from a top standpoint though, or the sort of looking down on the crown, it kind of has. It gives me a little box set vibes.
That's what I thought of it. Maybe like a cheaper cheaper option, but the lightweight kind of other side of golf in a way. But
totally,
yeah, if it's primo, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where we'll see it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we'll see players sort of adopting it on
I doubt it.
on tours. Will they play it in the women's game?
Maybe.
Yeah. From content that we've done in the past, there's massive interest in that space in the bag. Like our 2 top performing videos in the last year have been 4-iron versus hybrid versus 7-wood. And they continue to do numbers on our channel. So people are obviously, they're still very interested in that
I think
type of thing.
Once people get a 7-wood in the bag, they go, oh, okay, I get it. Because I play with a lot of boys that have never had one, and then some of them put it in the bag, and they're like, this is the best thing I've added to my golf bag.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm sure it'll be popular.
I'm sure it will be. Live Golf. We have our weekly.
Oh, big news!
Get your mallet out, and we can do our bashing of live golf. You are so anti-live. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Everyone keeps saying it in the comments, why is Mike so anti-live?
It's
I'm
pesh.
joking. I won't.
Oh, it's true. It's boring.
It's not the best. It's not the best. For me anyway.
No one's sitting at home on a Saturday afternoon.
Oh, how's the live doing?
Oh, let me turn live on. Let me watch live for 4 hours. No. I'd rather watch HGTV. Hello, we house show.
HGTV. Do you know what that is?
Come on.
No, don't know what that is. What is it?
It's a show where they do all the they buy houses or they'll reno a house or whatever. HGTV is world class.
Is that the staple in the Marta
household? Home and garden television, man. Look out.
1 second. Yeah, so the Live guys have cancelled. It's the hot news. They've cancelled the team event.
Oh, that's one I was going to go to.
Really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Cancelled that one. But so that's the bad news. The good news is there is speculation that they've secured a $250 million investment for the tour for the future.
How long is that going to last? 2 years?
I actually don't know the mechanics of that and how long that sustains the tour. But
well, if they bled $1 billion.
Well, I mean, they're not the signing on fees.
Right, yeah.
I think most
true,
of that money was Bryson, it was DJ,
Phil.
It was Koepka, Phil.
Phil the Thrill. Crazy.
So yeah, I think a good portion of that was probably that. Moving forward, they probably have. They've got some IP they can have people invest in now and that type of thing. So,
but with all these boys kind of paying their fines, and they're gonna make their way back to
looks that way,
DP or PGA Tour. Well, what do you got left? No one's gonna go.
Well, I mean, I think there's a bunch that are happy there.
Yeah.
I think the Cam Smiths of the world, I think the DJs of the world, they don't seem to want to go anywhere else. From what I gather anyway, any intel that I've got, they don't seem to want to go. There's the rumblings on John Rahm. There's the rumblings on Bryson. Does he do it? I think those are the two, because week in, week out, there are two of the top 5 every week.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
feels like anyway. You know, Joaquin Neiman, will he be somebody who stays? Does he want to go back? I mean,
I feel like he hasn't done much this year.
yeah, he's had a quieter year. He's won once, I think,
Okay.
but he's had a quieter year. But yeah, do these guys go? You know, we've made our money out it. Let's go back and compete and sharpen our tools a little bit more.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Go win some majors.
Yeah, I just I
Like
think
if you're not going to do it for the money, do it for the history of the game, or do it for, you know, your own Hall of Fame career. You're not going to get in the Hall of Fame winning 5 live events.
No, definitely not. What do you think? Do you think they survive a year? Do you think they survive, you know, indefinitely? But the tour becomes more of a.
No, I think you've got 2 years left with it, and then it'll just fall away.
You think so?
Yeah. I'd just be shocked to see someone put, after $250 million, put more money into it. I just don't know what people see in it.
Yeah.
As a sponsor, like when you listen to people talk about Live, it's never like the greatest conversation about it. You never see someone going, I love Live. Live's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
So as a sponsor, would I want to throw my branding towards a Live event, and people go, oh, they sponsor a Live event. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't think it's anything great.
I wonder, with the Saudi departure and from an involvement standpoint, whether they reshake the whole thing. It doesn't go shotgun anymore. You know, maybe they really change the structure of it. The bit that I'm most curious about with Live is, does it, so if there's new ownership, there's new structure, there's new sort of just a kind of new sort of tour, if you like, does that invalidate the contracts of the players who signed for the Saudi league?
Yeah.
You know, is that the loophole that the players who want out can get out on that?
I think the Live guys would have, there's somewhere in small print that saves Live from these guys bouncing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that'll be the one. I think that'll be the thing the courts decide. You know, the lawyers will say, my player signed up for to play in this league, in this way, in this structure, and you're basically selling him something that is not that anymore. Therefore, we want our contract to be null and void. Now, again, as you say, they may have protection around that. I don't know. But I don't think anyone would have seen the Saudis pulling out so fast.
Yeah, I didn't. You know, when they talk, they tell you how much money that there is, and you hear that it's, you know, PIF and Saudi backing and stuff. You're like, oil flows. How can they run out of money? But obviously, there comes a time when you make an investment. If the investment's not making you money, you gotta pull shoot.
And they're doing that all over sport.
Yeah,
they really are. I mean, they're talking pulling out. They own Newcastle Football Club. They're talking about pulling out of that.
The PIF guy was at World Cup. He was at the final.
He was, yeah.
Snaky looking guy.
Yasser?
Yeah.
Snaky looking guy. He's everywhere.
Everywhere.
If you know his face, you know he's everywhere. He's at the boxing events. He's Yasser, and there's a guy, Dr. Rakan, who's kind of involved in all of it, and Turki Al Sheikh, who's involved in the boxing. He's trying to buy a football club, but they are definitely changing their strategy and their investments.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. I think they're, rather than trying to, you know, sort of spread money across the board, hoping that something sticks, they're focusing that in a little bit more.
I mean, really no different than back in the day when those Russian guys were buying football clubs and stuff, and then obviously they lost their football clubs in the end. But I mean, guys with the billions of dollars that can play money and buy Man City or whatever, I mean, it's a different league of guys. But at the end of the day, if your money's not making you money,
I think the difference with this is the sort of Saudi, you know, this is the you know, this is sort of sovereign sort of wealth,
government money in a way,
rather than Roman Abramovich's personal billions,
you
know, as a Russian oligarch. Yeah, it's definitely different.
Yeah,
you know, there's more of it, but it's just whatever, you know, their agenda is. I know their agenda was to open communication channels to basically give a larger microphone and sort of spotlight on the Saudi development of travel and tourism, and I think they're trying to be on the front of sort of modernized healthcare and all that sort of stuff. It just, to me, it looks like Dubai on steroids.
Yeah.
The whole thing looked like Dubai would talk to all this sort of stuff, creating a hub for better quality of life and better.
I spoke to a lad early last year from Gulf Saudi. He reached out over LinkedIn. He was like, we're building this golf complex in Saudi Arabia. And so I jump on a call. I'm like, well, let's hear what he has to say. And what they wanted to build was, it was next level. It was an Olympic park for golf, and it was for that, is it EMNA, like Egypt, Middle East, and something like sport group, I don't know, for their Olympics and stuff like that. And the golf,
was it MENA? Was it?
Yeah, that.
MENA?
Yeah.
Was it
Middle East, North Africa.
North Africa,
yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
And it would have been unbelievable.
Yeah, they don't plan to do anything poorly.
No. And the guy's like, oh, like, come be a part of it or whatever. And I'm like, then like 2 weeks later, he sends me a message separately, and he's like, they canceled. I got fired. Like, it's all done. And I was like, oh, okay.
That happened. All that stuff happens
Yeah.
all the time with these guys.
Overnight, pull shoot, done, wrap it up. So crazy.
I know. It is. It sure is. Well, I'm not going to cry for the Live boys. They've
Are they done well?
I'm sure they've all kind of made generational money out of it for themselves and their family. Well, most of them, say all of them. Probably there's a bunch that have not. But
interesting, the Asian Tour signed a deal with PGA Tour, DP World Tour, so now they're not the feeder tour for Live, which is big too.
it is definitely.
Where are you going to get your next wave of talent?
They're still poaching it out of the college system,
Yeah.
and they obviously got Lasasso, and they're still trying to handpick them. It's just, I just don't think they've got the pot of money to attract golfers the same way anymore. And to be honest, I don't think it's evolved into a way of modernizing the game that young people will sort of get into.
Yeah.
I just don't. But the next 6 months will be very interesting for them to see whether they sink or swim. Yeah. My kind of thing is I think they'll carry on. I don't think it'll be as lucrative as what it was, but I think they will carry on. There'll be an option for the team and individual stuff. I don't know if they go to more of a traditional model from a starting standpoint. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I just don't know. I don't know what their economic model of selling more airtime works. If you go to a standard, worst players start first, the leaders start last, you get more airtime, you get more sponsorship time, there's more revenue to be generated. People spend longer at the event, they spend more at the event, they drink more, they eat more, hospitality, all that sort of stuff. I don't know if it goes down that line. To me, the event's over really quick. Like, even if you turn up, an hour before the event, you stay for an hour afterwards, you're still only there for probably 6 hours. You go to a golf event, you're there from
all day.
It's a full shift.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really don't.
We will see.
We shall see. All right, you got a few.
Well, first question is a personal question.
Oh.
Let's have a state of your game. I saw you on the range on Friday.
Yeah, honestly, the state of my game is in a state. It was nice to hit some balls, and it actually felt a little better than I think last week I'd said I'd hit balls on the Friday, and then I hit a few balls again a week later. My back is definitely feeling a bit better. I didn't really have any kind of residual pain after hitting balls, or aches after, which was really nice. Just kind of taking it as a little bit of a chance to, on the physical side as well as the technical side, kind of using it as a chance to kind of like build back up. And, like I need for this back injury not to happen again. So I need to strengthen the things that cause it to be weak, and I need to stop doing the things that caused it to be sore. So that I'm kind of looking at it from that standpoint. So it is a bit of a, I'm not going to just start, practicing every other day or playing 3 times a week and stuff like that. It's not going to be I'm not going to be able to do that, unfortunately. But it was definitely nice that balls. I had it way better this week than I did the week before, which was nice. Swing feels okay. The hitting the ground feels hard.
Oh yeah, interesting.
The driver feels better than hitting the ground.
Yeah,
which is
teed up.
Teeing the ball up feels better. So, which is nice to be kind of
no itch to play.
I'm too busy, honestly. I don't have an itch because I just don't have time in my schedule. I really just right now, with the kids being off school, in-laws are in town. We've got plenty on. The Hong Kong guys have got loads on. I'm literally too busy to play any golf.
That's a shame. Dan _Leatherdale. These are questions from last week's Q&A that we didn't answer.
Mm-hmm.
Did you listen to the Johnny Wonder take on club fitting regarding taking the fitting to the course?
A load of people sent me this because I was name dropped in it. Listen,
come on, safe space.
Safe space. I'm going to say something, right, that might sound really highly controversial, right? But I've thought it for a while, and I know you think the same thing as well. There's a load of people drop opinions on stuff like this who have never fit a day in their life.
Yeah.
In the real world, right? For a job, and Johnny, if we're talking about the fully equipped boys, and Jay, they talk about equipment, and then they both help people, and they're close enough to the ground. When I hear a take like that, though, and everyone's entitled to their own take, I just go, "You've never fit before. You don't realize how much fitting helps."
Yeah.
And actually, I think projecting an opinion like that is doing more damage than good.
Totally.
That was my thought, and JW used me as an example because he and I talked about a scenario where I was using a driver that was good indoors. Then when I got outdoors, it flew too low. That had nothing to do with the indoor versus outdoor. That had me I was working on trying not to lean back and hit up in it 5 or 6 degrees. Right. I was trying to, hit 1 or 2 degrees up in it, so therefore I needed a little bit more loft. That was nothing to do with, I saw this outdoors and I saw this indoors and then outdoors done something different. That was not what that was. Yeah. We know the results correlate indoors versus outdoors. We have sold, literally tens of millions of dollars worth of golf clubs. And we know that works. If it didn't work, that model would be dead in the water. There'd be no true specs club champions,
Just buy it off the shelf and go.
Correct. So, I get the point. And people always say, well, tour players do it best. They'll test for 30, 40 minutes, then they'll take it on the course. That's fine because they're so finely tuned. Mm-hmm. They get to the punchline quicker and they are more intuitive about what's going on. And you're just never going to get that with the average golfer.
Yeah. The tour has access to do that.
And even if they didn't, though, I go back to even if they didn't, an average golfer takes a while to understand what they're actually doing and what's going on.
Yeah,
and,
true.
When you try one profile shaft versus another, they're not in tune enough to go, I really feel that kick more. A lot of them go, it feels fine.
Yeah.
They're just not, you have to lead them down the path so much. And how many times have we fit outdoors versus indoors, and we were fitting outdoors and we go, I wish I had my loft and lie right there. I wish I had my build shop to go to.
And we had a truck that had a loft and lie on it.
Yep. And
we could have done anything on that thing and it still was inconvenient.
It was just not as easy as it was just to walk 5 steps and do it and, be able to sort of, okay, let me go in the back. I'm going to take that shaft down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and change some weights in the head. It's just never going to be as easy to do all those things. So I actually think, I still look at the indoor fitting environment like a lab environment where you can control the outcome much more than the outdoor. I never hear people talking about, if the wind's blowing 30 out the left and somebody's turned up for their bucket list club fitting session and it rained the night before, the turf is soggy.
And it's roasting outside.
It's all the conditions are sort of against you.
Yep.
And you've turned up for your bucket list experience, but the elements are basically mean like it's very hard for you to get the desired outcome. I don't ever hear about anyone talk about the positives of club fitting. So, when I hear a take like that, again, it's not a punchy sort of, hot take or reply to those boys, but there's way more nuance to it than
I agree.
Than the way that was described, I thought.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even hear it, and when I read that question, I was like, I guarantee, already know where this is going, so it doesn't matter. Speaking of, a question from Made for the Range. Best 10-minute warm-up to get the body functioning before you play.
That's a question from Made for the Range.
Yeah.
Nice. Best, 10-minute?
Yeah. 9 minutes too long?
Yeah. That's a really good, really good question. I mean, I think, what do they call it? The bands.
Oh, yeah.
What do you call them?
Golf bands.
It's a something band.
Yeah. Tension band.
No.
Rubber band.
I know. I keep going to the rubber band. Anyway, the bands are your friend. I think that's the way to open up your chest and the way to kind of get your sort of, to use that target term, your glutes and everything switched on. I would definitely say a band is your number one, your number one friend in that timeline. If you only get 10 minutes and you want to probably spend 5 of them, doing something that just, warms up and wakes up the muscle. When I was working with Braden last Monday, we were talking about Matt Anderson, who practices up at TPC. So, Matt's really good player.
Corn Ferry,
but he's
PGA Tour Americas.
Yeah, well, I think he's definitely Corn Ferry, but I mean he was one off the lead with 9 holes to go in the Canadian Open, wasn't he? So he's a hell of a player. And he basically says, like, when he watches Matt Anderson get to the range, he does literally the same thing every single time. And he'll spend, 10, 15 minutes before he even hits his first ball. So he does like a priming session for his movements and he'll do his band sort of warm up and stuff like that. So in terms of that type of thing, it is going to be individualized and personalized, but I definitely like to do something to open up the rotation a little bit. I would start with some rotary stuff. There's some stuff where you can sort of like loop the band around your back and then hook it in with your thumbs, create some tension, and then start to create some rotation. Yeah. I think there's some openers. So if you hold the band, your palms up, certainly, do that to sort of open the shoulder blades. I think without wanting to look like too much of a dummy on the range, I definitely think incorporating some kind of lunges so that you're able to sort of get the glutes to stop or create force to stop you as you lunge forward and push back. Ultimately, braking force is what creates speed in the golf swing. So if you have an ability to waken up your braking force, that is ultimately where you take a lunge. And I kind of want to demonstrate it, but I'm not gonna. But like if you lunge forward, making sure that you push back with the leg that you lunge forward with, you're not doing one of those. You're leaning back. So I think a little bit of that, and then just some sort of into that some softer swings into some bigger swings. I think you could do that in 10 minutes. Really, really easy. I don't mobilize the ankles, the wrists. They're going to take a lot of the brunt of the movement. Those and there's sort of smaller muscle groups and sort of joint groups around there as well. But do you know, it's actually a really good idea for a video, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's 10
Totally.
things that every golfer, or 10 minutes that would benefit every golfer?
I mean, those bands you can buy on Amazon for $10.
Yeah, and you can get different tensions on them and stuff like that, and resistance bands. That's what it's called, resistance bands. So you can get different tensions on them and that type of thing. So they weigh nothing. So put one in your bag. Is
Exactly. Last question from C Washburn 80. Thoughts on going to an OEM fit, TPI, Kingdom, etc. versus a True Spec, TFG, pros and cons of each?
Well, I think the independent voice is definitely the pro of the True Spec, Club Champion, TFG type model. You know, you're going to get a chance to hit multiple brands. You're going to get an independent opinion who's more concerned about you rather than, I'm not saying someone at a brand is not concerned about the golfer, but they're also only pushing one brand. But I guess they know the outcome is they're going to go with something within their brand, so they are considered. But what I kind of mean is the independent voice is the big part of it. I think generally speaking, if you go to an OEM, you'll have more options to try more things. So I think an independent demo matrix is generally a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
You know, certain companies don't carry
certain shafts.
They don't carry higher lofted fairway woods. They don't carry higher lofted hybrids. It's a single iron fitting rather than going, well, I really like those T150s. Can I try a 5-iron? Can I try a 9-iron?
Yeah.
You will not get that really. Some, SGGT in Scotland and don't know many others that really do that type of model. But whereas you go to an OEM and you'll have a chance to try more. And there'll be some bonded stuff that you won't get. Independents don't typically have bonded options. Going down the OEM route can save you a few dollars. I mean, there's a lorry load of pros and cons.
Yeah.
Anything else? What do you think of when you come to that?
I mean, you go to TPI, it's just go for the experience. It's world class.
TPI is great. But even within that, like at TPI, do you get a chance to blow on a different grip?
Right. Yeah.
No. You know, it's do you get a chance to bend the loft and line? No. It's sure fit
on their hosel,
system, which is
it's great.
Great.
Yeah.
And it's not going in quarter degree increments the way that you can if you can bend it and that sort of thing. So yeah, pros and cons.
Yeah. That's it.
That is it. Well done. You deserve a medal for spending 57 minutes out of not a lot happening in golf this week.
And just in time, too.
Just in the nick of time. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, golf is a little bit light in talking points, but we'll find something, won't we?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll
if you're looking for something to do, like and subscribe.
Absolutely. As always. Well done. What's on this week? Any excitement?
Nothing.
No?
Nothing.
Nothing
I'm going
exciting.
to go hit a few balls this afternoon.
Good. Maintenance day at the club.
Yeah. And then
Weather's going to be good the next 3 days. Today and the next 2 days. I don't know if it's the back end of the week, but
men's league Wednesday, but that's in the morning, so it doesn't matter.
we're trying to get a game with Old Man Yeaman at some point.
Yeah.
At the end of the week or something.
I have a match Tuesday, but
Club Championship?
yeah.
Why you
I haven't, to be honest with you, I didn't play. When was Yeaman's thing? Friday. Didn't play.
I think that'll serve you well.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see.
I think a little bit of a rest from how much you had been playing.
Yeah.
I think that'll serve you well. I really do. I think you'll probably find that you can play pretty well the next little period, just haven't had a little bit of a rest from it.
Yeah, good point. We'll see. We'll report back next week.
Yeah, report back. What round's this?
3.
The last.
There's
how many
3,
left?
and then there's.
Is there 16 players left or 32?
Yeah, there's
left?
probably 16 players left, and then so we'll see.
Still ways to go until we're in the.
Maybe go work on some wedges and putting and stuff like that to go hit a few balls.
Get wide.
Yeah.
Get some width.
Yeah.
Hit high shots with low lofted clubs.
High shots with low lofted clubs.
That's how you'll get wider. Then if you're getting too narrow, hitting, people will generally hit their high lofted clubs too low. If you want to get wider and you want to kind of get your release out a little bit and get your low point not as far ahead where you're kind of just hitting down on it as much, go out there and try and hit soft 8 and 9 irons.
Yeah.
from 100 yards.
We'll report back.
All right, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. However you consume the podcast, we really do appreciate it. Let's get involved in the comments. I would love to see you guys, on any of the takes that we have. Listen, they're just our opinions. And the game of golf is, in any sport, if it's your passion, about opinions. I'd love to see more comments, more questions, more interaction in the comments below. We're always looking on there and seeing kind of what people are, maybe their thoughts on one of the takes that we have. So let's use that a little bit more. Let's get the comments section up. And if you've been listening for this long, you can definitely hit that subscribe button and that like button to let us know you're enjoying the podcast.
Adios.
See you next week.